Bloody hell, are we still doing these?
What? Yes, Loot Crate has returned to the sofa. I didn't get any for the last couple of months, but one turned up this month, inexplicably. Where did they go to? We may never know. I'm coming up with my own conspiracy theory involving moon men, but until such time as I've put that together properly, let's just see what's in October's Loot Crate, shall we? It's looking very vertical, actually, and that's looking very... I was going to say Lord of the Rings, but it's probably Thor. I reckon this folds out into a Mjolnir, doesn't it? Thor's hammer. So Kate Blanchett could grab it and it explodes. Right then. Yeah, look, here's the hammer handle. What we got? Let's look at the T-shirt first. I do enjoy... Oh, well, this is what we in the trade call a Paul Gannon, because I'm going to give it to Paul Gannon. Yes, it's quite a nice-looking Ghostbusters shirt with a sort of neon 80s vibe, with some inexplicable, sort of shapes and signs. And I don't think that is referencing anything specific other than Ghostbusters, is it? That is just some nice 80s symbols in the background. Well, that's a good one. I would wear that myself, but Paul will enjoy it more. Oh, a Stranger Things thing. Jay Salvador has been pulling on heartstrings with his super emo friends line of art. I'll bet these have got large heads. Right, what we got? Stranger Things, the old Netflix series that everybody liked. And Series 2 is out now. I'm only a couple of episodes in at the moment, and it's been, well, basically I've watched the first 2 episodes, and basically piss all has happened. It's feeling a bit fillery. But everybody says it's great, and it really catches up, so I look forward to that. Look, it's the Demogorgon having hassle at 11, whose nose is bleeding, despite the fact she has no nose. So what, how do we, oh, hang on. Better get in here in some manner that doesn't involve completely destroying the box, because that would be a bit rubbish, wouldn't it? Right, should have got the knife ready, and adult collectible, not a toy. That means it's made out of radium. Okay. Blimey. Yeah, well, it's the end of season 1. There's a spoiler for you, but it's kind of really nicely done. I like all the detailing in the background there, and yeah, that always a proper base for it to sit in as well. So look, it doesn't. Yeah, and proper flooring, all that, and for some reason 11 doesn't have any feet, which is a small problem for her when she tries to walk, and that I imagine she's going to be hovering on the older backdrop there. Yep. Well. Again, totally ruined for me because it's giant head stuff that I just don't want. But well, that doesn't look that far out. Yeah, that's a really good thing, because you don't just get the crappy little figure, you get the nice background with it. If you like this sort of thing, I imagine this is rather splendid. Oh, he is bleeding as well, the looks of it. But if not, like me, it's a good thing, but it ain't for me. How's that? Get back in your box. It's a pity, because I do like Stranger Things, and I have nothing collectible-wise with it whatsoever. Right, back you go in there, and then go over there, and then do other things later. I don't know. Oh, blimey, the box is nearly empty. Obviously, that was a pricey one, because there's not much else in there. Collector's Series, Thor versus Loki. He's Thor. He's Loki. Who's going to win? It's going to be Thor. It's always going to be Thor. So is this just a collectible figurine thing? Please don't be another collectible with the big bombs. Oh no! You get them both, and a crazy background thing. So how does this work? You know what? I'm actually going to jump cut to having put it all together. And there we are, another little diorama. Sadly, again, with people with giant bonzers and no detail on the faces, but we see what's going on. Old Loki's up on his Loki throne going, hey, I forgot where my chair is. And Thor's going all like, Shoryuken, and all that stuff. And my God, there's going to be a fight-ins. Yeah, really nice quality thing. Again, nice little diorama. It's interesting you've got 2 dioramas in one box thus far. Clearly this is the month for it. Right, go over there, and then you'll fall off. And I will put you back on, because I didn't say you could fall off yet. It's important. Next up, Mr. Pointy Bookmark. Well, that's a much, much older thing. It's a bookmark from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Literally a bit of laser cut wood with the Buffy logo in that looks like Mr. Pointy, which was the bit of wood she used to stab the vampires so they went dead rather than undead. That's somewhat surprising. It's not a very exciting thing. It was literally just a, bloody balsa wood or whatever with a bit of laser cutting going on. But it's an interesting enough thing. It's nice to see something from, that isn't from a contemporary franchise that goes back a bit. Oh, Sarah Michelle Gellar there. What's she up to now? Acting, probably. Voice acting. That's what most of them do. That's a thing. Again, nice pin, but it's kind of a spooky melting green face. The thing is, it looks like... What's this stuff around there? It's probably something I'm not recognising. That's annoying me slightly, but never mind. Tell me what it is in the comments. How's about that then? Unless, of course, it isn't anything and it's just an original thing. These pens are really nice now, aren't they? Properly enamelled and detailed and all... Look. You can see where there's ridges. Good, that's nice. And that's your lot. Blimey. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 things, really. T-shirt, diorama, other diorama, and pointy bookmark. And, well, I mean, the pin is a thing. It's a nice enough thing. If you like your pin badges, look, here's a book. There are words in it. And look, you can indeed put together the box into a Mjolnir thing. I do like their uses of the box. Well... There was a thing years ago where the Loot Crate had become a lot of shitey items, and they seem to have turned that around to giving you just a few items that are actually very high quality. But again, I personally could do without the giant head things, which are just taking over the bloody world. And you can't blame Loot Crate for that. If you go in any collectibles shop these days, it's just walls of Funko Pops, which I notice are now starting to be heavily discounted. So maybe we have reached the tipping point of the Funko Pop, and soon they will live in the bin with the Beanie Babies. That was a nice bit of alliteration. Right, next box. Massive boom! It is the Amazing Mystery Box, which I'll tell you what, is like really big. Also that I quite enjoyed. They've stuck a lot of stamps on it. Look how pretty the stamps are. Anyway, yeah, we've done this a couple of times before. It is a very large box full of very many items. This one differs slightly because this is specifically Doctor Who stuff. I feel like there should have been like a TARDIS noise then. But there wasn't, and I'm not going to put the sound effects in case the BBC copyright the video. Right, what we... Oh my goodness, there is a lot of stuff in here. And first up... It's a mad old man shouting about how he doesn't like the colour of his own kidneys. That'll be Peter Capaldi as the Doctor then. A talking plush. I've got to say, if it didn't come out of a Doctor Who box, I probably wouldn't have known who that was until I'd worked out that was a sonic screwdriver. I can see where they're going from this, but the hair is really high quality, actually. But it's got a weird look to it, hasn't it? It really has. Do you really need a soft Peter Capaldi in your life? Who...
Just one question. Do you happen to know how to fly this thing? Kidneys!
Oh god, it's going about the kidneys again. Enough. Well, high quality voice box as well, but its head's like a sausage and it's freaking me out. Next up. Oh, now we're talking Doctor Who Dalek Line Tracer. Dalek follows... Oh, who remembers these little toy robots where you have like a white surface and you draw lines on it and the robot wanders along and follows the lines. Ah, but it looks like a Dalek. I'll tell you what, it looks a lot like a Dalek. It's sort of slightly hunched back... much sort of more armoured-looking Daleks they last had in the series, as is my understanding. And it's a red one. That's a really good model. I like that a lot, because it's a fun toy, but also it looks like what it's supposed to look like, which, as we say in this day and age, is becoming increasingly rare. Next up, oh my god, it's a massive plush thing. Hello. It's a Doctor Who Light and Sound Cyberman from the last design of it, because they made it a bit sleeker, didn't they? It's weird. It's like a plush pillow with printing on it. Try me. Press here. It's going to be in the hand, isn't it? So what does it say?
You will become identical.
Wow. It's the guy who invented Funko Pops.
Become like us.
Well, it is actually a Funko Pop. No, that's interesting. It lights up as well, which I was not expecting. So, yeah, if you don't know the Cybermen, they're a classic Doctor Who villain from back in the day. They get redesigned every so often. And the idea was that now they want to turn everyone else into Cybermen as well. And for some reason, they now run about shouting, delete, when they want to kill things, which is weird, because that was the Daleks' thing of shouting, exterminate! And now they've got the Cybermen doing it, and that's just a bit sad, really, isn't it? Come on, guys. Come on, they were different characters. Anyway.
That Cyberman will take humanity by force. The human race will be upgraded.
Well, that's just rude.
You will be taken for analysis. You will be programmed or deleted.
Well, again, very rude. That sounds like a scratchy sound effect from an 80s sci-fi film. I approve. Oh, again, that's an interesting thing, isn't it? It's weird, this sort of a mixture of plush and print, where it sort of looks more like it's supposed to look, but then isn't the same shape. Interesting. Next up, oh man, I do like me a nice book to write in. And look at that, some pop art Daleks. Exterminate is the jolly thing they suggest to you. And it's got paper in, and it's decent quality paper. And it's got a bit of rubber, which a little rubber band there that holds it flat, which I do enjoy. That's nice. I like that. Oh my God, are these Doctor Who shot glasses? What? It's a start. Right. They can't be. They feel too... what are they? Oh, Doctor Who egg cup set. There we are. I went immediately to shot glasses, but it turns out they're egg cups. So you've got TARDIS, Dalek, Cyberman, and TARDIS again from another angle. They're really nice. I genuinely like those a lot, actually. They're sort of not stupid shapes like some of them are. They appear to actually be eggs. I'm going to open it up and have a look. Which may take some time, for it is a fiddly box. Come on. Open up. Yeah. There we go. Oh yeah, oh that's really good. Just a nice little proper decent egg cup with a pretty design on. Good, 10 points for those. Those are well nifty actually. Back you go in there, and oh no, I say finally, there's more than one other thing in there. What is this about? Cards supplied by Murray Cards. Thanks, Murray. Were you called Murray Cards before you went into business doing cards, or is it entirely coincidental? Oh, hang on. I'm going to have to plug in the main supply for the camcorder. The battery's running out. There we are, that got it. So, these are 30th anniversary cards from 1993, which was presumably the 30th anniversary of such things. How'd you come? Oh well, find some other piece of greaseproof paper to wipe them in. What's going on then? Oh look, yes, the 7th Doctor. Played, of course, by Paddy McGuinness. The 6th Doctor, of course, played by Piers Morgan. The 5th Doctor, played by a bird with a hat on. All the classics. The 4th Doctor, played by Dr. Teeth from the Muppets. All the classics. The 3rd Doctor, played by a sad, melting sack of potatoes. The 2nd Doctor, well, it's Patrick Troughton. There's no point skipping around that one. And the 1st Doctor, played by Walder Frey. Oh, what days. Oh my God, Sontaran Potato Man, looking more potatoey than ever. An Ice Warrior, looking quite happy. Oh, the Master, Roger Delgado in that one. K9, the annoying robot dog. Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart, what a man, what a haircut, what a use of Brill cream. Yeti. Cyberman, one of the early designs. I like the 80s designs. They were a bit sort of clunky while still being slightly futuristic looking. A Silurian. Kind of looks like a man in a suit, that one, I won't lie. One of the Sea Devils, dressed in a net as a protest against overfishing in the North Sea. The TARDIS. And Davros, spinning the decks there. Oh, fine, there's another one. Ah, the Daleks. Technically, that's just one. I like the way it has a... thing on the back there. Was that an Imperial Dalek, a white one? There were Renegade ones, which were black, weren't they? I can't remember. That's an interesting little set. Printed in England, yeah. Appears to have been printed back in 93. So a very old set of interesting cards there. And finally, a Doctor Who T-shirt. Oh, good, I can take it straight out of the bag. That's nice and easy. Oh, yeah. Nice colour print stuck on there. Exterminate! And lots of the Daleks all pointing out in different directions, being evil. Evil, I tell you. This is from 2013, apparently. It's really sort of highly detailed and very highly coloured. But it's got that kind of plasticky feel. I always worry when you wash those in case it comes off. Wash it inside out, just to be safe. Well, that's really good. There's a load of stuff in there, like a load of stuff for your money. And it's all really high quality stuff. It's one of those things from the Science Museum, look. I bet if you bought that in the Science Museum, it would probably cost more than the whole bloody box. Anyway, so I'm actually doing 4 boxes this time, just because I've got 2 new ones. And they're only quick, so it won't take too long. Don't worry, you won't miss tea. It's Geek Gear Pinz. Yes, Geek Gear, who do the big boxes full of stuff, have now just started doing pin badges. You get like 4 pin badges in them, I am told. As to what these pin badges are like and what they're of, I don't know. The last one I did had a couple... This is Avatar, the last one. Yeah. This last one I did had a couple of like Nintendo ones, so I'm presuming these are very similar because the packaging is similar. Yep, there we are. There is Og, is his name, if you've seen the film. It's a really massive badge, actually. Big lump of old metal there. Yeah, it's probably done as well. Nice enamel with the ridges and that. Very, very much unlicensed, I feel, looking at it. Yeah, and looking at the next one in there. It's weird, it's got fun. Oh, is this... right. So this is exactly like the ones from the box last month. Look, you can get Original, Spirit Edition, or Avatar Edition, which is the rarest one. And it's weird, the rarer they get, the worse they look, which I don't quite understand. But there we are, I've got the rare Avatar Edition. Gee, I'll bet you're jealous. Fair enough. That's from the anime collection. Next up, from the movie collection, it's the annoying puppet from Jigsaw. I mean, Jigsaw's annoying puppet from Saw, but also from Jigsaw, because there's now a film called Jigsaw. Much confusing. I think the puppet has a name. I'm going to call it Tim. Tim, the evil puppet. He wants to play a game, and that game is chess. He just wants to play chess. He just rides around a unicycle. Stop being creeped out by him. So you can have the original, the silver edition, and the gold edition. They all look pretty similar from here. I think it's just the different colour of the bits inside that do the lines by the looks of it. Is that what you're getting? Look, there's a sort of black there and silvery there. Again, it seems to just look worse the rarer it is. I don't quite understand that. Yep, there is 4, I was right. Oh, that's a different one. Look at that. It is Connor, that one, isn't it? From Assassin's Creed 3. Gaming collection number 3. So perhaps the ones last time were 1 and 2. This, this seems to be less of this sort of well done thing. It doesn't seem to have the sort of 3D ridges quite of the others. It's more a sort of slab of stuff. But again, oh, and look at that. They've actually got 2 pins on the back, so make sure you can hold them on securely. Yeah, that's quite good, that. Yeah, it's not bad. I prefer the other designs this time. This feels a bit more like just a picture, do you know what I mean, than something a bit more 3D. Also, that is appalling. I mean, I know you're going in for Assassin's Creed Origins. So it's not Connor. Is that actually supposed to be the Egyptian guy from this one? Because the skin's a bit off. Isn't it a bit light for that, isn't it? Is it? I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Assassin's Creed Origins to know yet. Confusing. But it's clearly supposed to be the Egyptian one from this awful, awful clip art photo. Original... Silver edition, gold edition again. Yep, I've got the original, and I think, I can't really tell, but yeah, good. And finally, that was a bit shite. Comic collection number 2, Thor. Is this the gold one? It's got like gold instead of black lines and doesn't look as good. Yeah, it's just Thor from Thor Ragnarok, and it's all sort of undetailed and naff, and that's a bit crap, frankly. Oh well, the other ones were nicer. Well, there we are. If you want to get 4 pins a month, you can subscribe to that now. Nice box too. Next thing. And finally, here's a new one. Geeky Teebag. But when they say teabag, they mean a bag with t-shirts in, not like a tea bag. You know, just get like a damp thing that had a load of tea leaves in it. And here's Superman, who, in the name of justice and the American way, has had his eyes and nose removed. In fact, I think he's had his mouth removed as well, and those are just like slits he has to breathe through. Ugh, that'd be a horrible comic, wouldn't it? So I think the idea here is you get sent a t-shirt and another t-shirt. I think it's 2 t-shirts. I really wish I'd looked that up. It might be 3. I'm trying to remember how much it was. No, it's going to be 2 t-shirts. Right, let's have a look. Bum, 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 bum. I believe they are themed each month as well. Oh, we've got some Thor going on. There he is from Thor Ragnarok, which is the flavour of the month at the moment, by the looks of it. I'm not surprised. It's a really good, fun film. And, is this a version of Hela from it? Or yes, it is. Look, but a more comic design of Hela as opposed to the one in the film. That's interesting. November's Teebag. Prepare for battle in this exclusive Thor tee. Challenge Hela's will in this awesome comic tee. December's theme, Star Wars. Hooray. That's interesting. So they're giving you one based on the... film, but also one based on the comic designs. That's quite interesting. I like the way it mixes it up a bit instead of giving you exactly the same thing, you know what I mean? Yeah, it appears to be quite good shirts. Let's have a look at them. Oh, it's a Gildan. They often are Gildans, these things. With the Gildan stuff, they do sort of soft ones and slightly less soft ones, shall we say, that don't tend to wash up as well. This looks like the softer one. I have to rip it open and find out. Let's find out. Let's find out. Bum, bum, bum. It is the softer one. That's good. And, yeah, that's it. Well, I'm not going to bother ripping them open because we can see the designs here. Look, here's one. Here's the other one. They are nice. I will wear these when I am Thor. I'll be honest, though, I am very rarely Thor. So, yeah. So there you go then. You can have a couple of t-shirts, you can have some pins, you can have a whole box full of stuff, or a smaller box full of different stuff. And that's about as generic as any ending can ever get.
Subscribe for more.